Sanford Stadium in Athens. This is anything but a run-of-the-mill early season matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Oklahoma's offense will get first crack at it here. And what a performance this guy turned in last week. Spectacular in every aspect of the game, Jesse.
Well, I know one thing for sure. The quarterback is going to be looking his way early in this one. When you have a game like he did last time, your quarterback, you all of a sudden move up in priority in the pecking order for the guy throwing the football. So it's not going to surprise me early here if the quarterback looks his way, regardless of what the coverage is, based on what he showed last time out.
Yeah, and they were on the same page. It was fun to watch. I mean, you could tell that he knew exactly where his guy was, putting up the multiple touchdowns. Like, it was a thing of beauty. Now, defensively, I also know that, and I know he's looking that way. So look forward to seeing the chess match with the defense and maybe ways they can take him away.
Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. Here's the pressure. Trying to escape and get it himself. He slides and gets the first down. What a weapon to have a guy who can move the chains for you by any means necessary. The Sooners will line it up on 1st and 10. Here's a give to Robinson. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. They'll try to power their way ahead. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
And that's not a surprise who made that play. And this is just the opening.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Unloads to the wideout. Makes a catch. First down and maybe a lot more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Sooners have this offense rolling. They'll run out of the gun. Here's Xavier Robinson.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves. They think, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a win.
Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Man, you gotta love the safety's eyes on that play. He didn't get lost. He didn't get enamored with everything that was going on in front of him, playing pass down the field. He locked eyes on that running back, saw the screen develop, comes upfield, makes the play, makes the sound tackle.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll be brought down inside the 10-yard line at the 9. And the Sooners will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Going to the run, it's Robinson. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense.
There's a little room there. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
This head coach wanted to come into this game aggressive, guys, and he did it in a couple different ways. On that first drive, nice mixture of throwing and running offensively, but how big was that gamble on fourth down? They got it, kept the drive alive. They end up scoring a touchdown, so it paid off. You can't start a game better than that.
So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. So the Georgia Bulldogs offense, who will go to work for the first time in this one. And there's Chauncey Bowles. Churned out more than 150 yards and found pay dirt a couple of times in their victory last game. Here's the give off the left side. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Wants to fire on second down. Gliding to the right, still trying to make a play. Going to try to get it himself. They corral him out of bounds. Mark it down at the 38, and this offense might have something going. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. From the gun. He's got his man. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that one?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that curl route.
They'll move the tight end. On the run, it's Phillips. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. And the Dogs hunkering down to pick up a first down on the ground.
And you can hear the sound of Larry Munson. Run the dang ball. That's what they've always built this program on, is running the football, physical running backs. That's what Georgia does.
Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. The Dogs pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll move the wide receiver. Handoff to the lone back. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a first down.
Really put an offensive possession together here that's fun to watch. Like, it's fun to watch them own the line of scrimmage, be physical. In this area of the field, this is what they call the fringe, right outside the red zone. It's kind of your last opportunity to take shots, take advantage of the extended space on the field before you get cramped in the red zone. So I look for this offense to be aggressive.
Rushes on him, and down he goes.
And don't get it twisted. A big part of this team's formula for success defensively is getting after the quarterback. In their last game, they had 6 sacks, won the game. They know they've got to be able to get after the QB, and this one put some pressure on them, and they're already off to a great start.
Sends it back in motion. Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab. No chance to run, but still a solid pickup on that one.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Quarterback making adjustments. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Georgia. Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
Entertaining first quarter, and we are all locked up after one as we take a quick look at some stats. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. First play of the period, first down here. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. The pull and throw off the RPO. Reaches into the bag of moves and finds his way up to the 31.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Sends it downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The Sooners will punt this one away. Wants to bring it back. He gets a block. Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. They tied it with a touchdown the last time they had it, trying to complement the defense's good work by taking the lead here. Tight end now in motion. Give to the back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And how about that young man getting in the backfield again? He's really got his fingerprints all over this game so far to start it, man. We're still in the first half, and he's got a sack. He's got a tackle for a loss. These are the kind of plays that really help your defense push these offenses behind the sticks.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. Just couldn't find a hole in this defense. They were ready for him and forced him out of bounds, and no gain on the play. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. From the gun, wants to pass. Stands in and takes the hit. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. He'll try to make the catch in traffic. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarm him under for no gain. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. Oh, they're after him. Got his man. They stop him just short of the 1st down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
You know, sometimes when you're throwing against zone coverage, you need time for the routes to develop. So nice job by the quarterback there, being patient, allowing his receivers to work themselves open.
Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, the ground game. Across the 45. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42. The Sooners are in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down, make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the 1st down. And the Sooners come to the line with a new set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds his big tight end. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. The Sooners in a good spot here with second and short. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Wide open downfield. He is down at the one. A terrific run after the throw and catch. The Sooners will try to punch it in on first and goal. Got his man. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. On to attempt the try.
Oh, man, and the quarterback knew exactly where he was going with this football at the pre-snap. He saw the matchup he liked, and he took advantage of it.
So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. The Bulldogs offense is on the field, ready to get this drive cranked up. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Power football with the run. Crosses the 30 to the 31 and a 6-yard pickup.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Finds his tight end. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I love when QBs break the pocket and still look to attack. Because as soon as you break the pocket, I'm thinking, oh, man, he's going to take off and run, and I might come up. But those big plays can be made down the field. Nice job by the quarterback keeping his eyes down the field.
The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. He wants to change this route. To the air on first down. A strike downfield. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. Quarterback stands alone, all wide receivers. Looking to throw on first down. Fires quickly. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
Zone coverage means everybody's looking at the quarterback. So now, when I'm a wide receiver, I got to make sure I know I fit in the hole between these zones. I know where they're dropping to, and I know where I need to get to. Great job by the wide receiver finding that hole and the quarterback throwing a strike.
Trying the left side. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter in space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Makes the grab on the left. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
That That is a play the offense absolutely had to have. They're trailing, right? This is a big third down, but what a great job by the QB and his target being on the same page, hooking up for that big-time play. Now they're in the red zone, and all of a sudden they got a chance to score a touchdown here and make this thing interesting.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Offense trying to go push pass on first down on the goal line, but the defense, tremendous surge up front. They get penetration, and they get the tackle for loss.
Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Couldn't quite get it into the end zone as he's run out of bounds at the 7.
I really like the play by the quarterback. Very, very smart. Listen, early in the downs, goal-to-go situation. Drop back. You don't see it right away. Tuck it and get positive yards. Make that next down easier so I can try to get a little bit closer to the goal line and I can get that touchdown. Headsy play by the QB.
Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And it's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
And he kept that one just straight enough to graze inside the left upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trying him out.
The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. Not great field position. We'll see how aggressive they are in the final seconds. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Makes the grab over the middle. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Looking down the middle. Got his man downfield. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. Timeout, Oklahoma. That's their second. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
And that's one the offense just needs to be able to hit, right? That's a completion they should be able to hit in their sleep. Receivers got to do a better job.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Right on target this time. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. This is going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt. Right down the boulevard. And the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime. And they head to the locker room. 2 quarters in the books, and time for us now to check in with Kevin Connors in our EA Sports College Football studio with scores from around the country.
Guys, hard to believe we're a full month into the season. A lot of action in college football here in Week 4. We begin with the South Carolina Gamecocks taking on the Alabama Crimson Tide.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
The Bulldogs head coach told me at the half their defense has done a terrific job so far, and today they're kicking off here to start the second half. That defense has got to step up again because they are facing a really stout running game. They've done a good job in the first half, but I will let you know how this continues to build here in the third quarter. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Makes the grab. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after the catch.
Looking for a crease. It's Phillips. Might have a chance. They got him free for a big gainer to the 43. The Bulldogs have it with a 1st and 10. The give. Give him 9 on that one, sets up a 2nd and 1.
I don't know, man. If I'm on defense here and I'm watching the way my D-line's getting manhandled, I might have to put more guys in the box. I might have to sacrifice a safety and try to get more hats close to the line of scrimmage to slow this running back down, because the RPO game's been a problem.
He gets it past the sticks, and Georgia has a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's got his man, makes the grab. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the 1st down. And the Dogs can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They send the tight end in motion. To the ground with the back. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
And this drive, this offense is really focused on physicality, man. Running the football. Look at right here, right up the gut. Nice play. Nice job just controlling the line of scrimmage, putting a drive together. This offense really doing a good job right now.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's got it and still on his feet. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be 1st and goal.
And the defense has to be kicking themselves for allowing a 1st down there. You're just maybe going to give them a few yards and let them set up for a field goal. Instead, you let them move the chains, and now they're knocking on your door, 1st and goal.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Only a short gain on that run. Defense played it well.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. I wouldn't be surprised if they just turn around and hand it off to him again here on 2nd.
They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. Motion from the wideout. Tries again to get it in. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively. And
the point after is good. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Now they'll try to answer that score with one of their own and regain the lead here in the third. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. Stop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on third down. Back to throw, it's Mateer. Bringing the heat. They make the stop at the 26, and let's see if they bring out the punt team. And the Sooners will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
Looking for an open area to his left. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Quarterback making checks. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Fires to the tight end. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Georgia sends out the punt team. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Now on the return. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Looks as if he's going to run it. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
It's complete. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lick. Lethal weapons all over the field. That has been the standard at Oklahoma for several years.
I mean, so many guys, and they built this offense on space and speed, and it's the playmakers out wide. Listen, they've had great quarterbacks, but if you don't have guys outside that are going to make plays, obviously it makes it hard to move the football. These guys, they make it easy.
Tie ball game as we play in the third quarter. It's 2nd and 10. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. On target. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
Hey, man, that's a frustrating end to that play. And I say that, man, because...
And they are sending out the field goal unit now. Thought they might spin that wheel of fortune on 4th and short, but they'll line up for the field goal. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. That took every ounce of leg strength he had to sneak that one into the left corner. And they've regained the lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Looking to fire. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw into very small windows under duress.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. He might want another play. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. And the returner will be brought down. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. You kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Handoff to Xavier. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock. And they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
A quick completion to the left, looking for the 1st down. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. The Sooners will call on their punt team. Just needs a crack to get a return. Very little will make a crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Here comes the Bulldog offense out to start the drive. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. They'll try the run. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. 2nd down, he'll throw it. With the catch, it's Humphries.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers where he can catch it, keep running, and chew up some yards after the catch.
A touch out of field goal range. They need to pick up yards quickly on third down. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He just needed a yard on third down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
And I think this offense ran the football knowing it's in fourth down territory. It's fourth and short. It's go time, almost near midfield. To me, this is green light. I got to stay aggressive. I'm losing, but the situation favors me in fourth and short.
Trying to do it on the ground. And he will not get there. How about this defense stopping that run short?
And that's exactly where you want one of your best football players, right in the middle of your defense. And watch that dude hunt, man. Fourth down, and he flies up, finds the football, makes the big play for this defense. He's the guy who they talk to in the headset, and he's the guy who just made the big play.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33.
I'll be honest, man. If I had the weapons these guys had offensively, I'd be staying aggressive too. It's what got them to this point. It's why they have the lead here in the fourth quarter. Take some shots when those opportunities present themselves.
Snagged in the middle. It's Harris. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. Wide receiver going in motion. The handoff as they run the counter play here. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, second and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the first himself. Now it's third down. He's looking over on the sideline like, call it again, throw me the ball, I can go do this. It's never a good feeling for the running back in that situation.
2-minute timeout arrives, and this defense desperately needs to get the football back. This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. Xavier again, fighting off the defender. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
He's not going to get there. Stop short on fourth down.
That is how you rise to the occasion late in the game. Your defense had to come up big, had to get the offense the football back. We're trailing by a little bit. Now, let's go make this thing even more special.
Hauls it in.
And that is a perfect job by this defense. Like, you can give up those little small gains all the way down the field. The clock is your friend. You don't want to give up big plays, don't want to give up those first downs, and just make that clock run.
Quickly to the tight end. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a first down.
And that's a really good job by the QB, getting the ball out of his hands, knowing where the sticks are, getting the first down. And they saw something they like, because here they come.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Upstairs he's got it. A giant chunk of yardage picked up there, and they're down to the 24. Timeout called by the Bulldogs. That's their first. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. They've got a first down here. What a start it's been to this season. We've got a great game here. Close ball game, fourth quarter. Couldn't ask for anything more. The offense changing the play. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his man. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch. And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the fourth quarter, that ramps up the pressure. The snap sets up to throw. He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. You got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Mateer. He's got the tight end. The timeout stops the clock with 10 seconds to play. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. Wants to pass, and he's got to make a play. Pressure coming. He wants a big play here late. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath because in the fourth quarter, you got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Ball lofted up for grabs and is picked off. And he runs out of bounds with the interception, and that is how we'll finish off this game. Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset, but to my eyes, we saw 2 really good teams slug